Welcome, Libra. This is your weekly Teroscope reading for February the 15th through to the 21st, 2016. My name is Tilly, and welcome to Tarot with Tilly. Now, before we get to the energy of the cards, let me take a moment to thank you. Truly thank you for all the love, all the support that you give me each and every day. Truly. From the bottom of my heart, thank you so, so much. Now, let's get to you. Let's get to the energy of the week. You know what? You're going to be feeling great this week. Okay, we start with the Queen of Cups. So this is the energy of you. This is feeling on top of the world. This is feeling better about yourself. This is having an enthusiasm, a love that radiates from you. So if you are looking for love this week, chances are somebody's going to be attracted. You're going to be like a magnet for wonderful things to come into your life this week, beautiful experiences to come into your life this week. But you're going to be feeling this bounce in your step this week. Like you're happy with yourself, who you are becoming. You're feeling grounded this week. Absolutely, when this card is your first card. Okay, and it's showing that the more that you work towards things from a heart center, the more successful you will be at the end of each day. Now, we also have the Eight of Wands here, which is opportunities coming in. This is another one for actually, love coming in out of nowhere. So that really goes well with the Queen of Cups as your first card. But this could be opportunities coming into your path this week. Now, here's the trick, okay? We are looking so far forward at the end goal, at our desires, the end of the day, when everything is accomplished, we've hit our goals, we're living our dream, that we fail to see the opportunities that arise around us that could be the stepping stones to that beautiful new life that we plan on walking into one day. Excuse me. So don't be so focused on the end result that you're not living in today, that you're not going with the flow, that you don't have your eyes open to what is around you. Opportunities may come that may not look like opportunities. I'm sorry, I just need a little sip of water here. My apologies. It may not look like opportunities at the present moment, and you might disregard them completely because they don't fit in with the master plan, but they may. Okay, so take a second look at anything that catches your eye or it keeps resounding in some way. You know how sometimes you hear that same song on the radio, no matter where you go, it seems to be the same song playing, or you hear a certain phrase over and over, or certain words are jumping out to you, out at you, or pay attention to those little clues, okay? Because they are trying to give you nuggets to further your path, okay? So don't discount them. Don't just, laugh it off and carry on. But give it a little bit of meditation or prayer on why those words or why that song or why those lyrics keep coming at you. And try and understand what it's trying to tell you for now, for today, to move forward in some way. We do have the Ten of Pentacles here, and that's our yes card. So the top of the priority list, opportunities will come your way for that top of the priority. Usually it's money, okay? Money, finances, well-being. So when we have the Queen of Cups here, and then we have the Eight of Wands, and then it leads into this card, I can definitely say that something is going to appear this week that could move you towards your end goals, to what you really want, what your heart demands of your life, what your passion is. What is your definition of joy? What is your definition of abundance? What is at the top of your priority list? You're going to get messages this week on how to move towards that. And it may not look like you had planned it to look, but just don't discount it because it doesn't look like the opportunity you expected to have happen. It may come in a whole different form, but still lead you to the end result that you want and need. They're all crossed over by the Page of Wands, and this is thinking like there is no box, okay? This is using your imagination. This is growing your imagination, to not limit yourself in any way, to tear off the blinders this week, to allow new opportunities or different opportunities or a new sense of adventure to overtake. We have the Page of Swords. Now, I'm going to warn you a little bit with her, but I don't see anything to actually say that. Yeah, okay, so the Page of Swords, she's the knee jerk of the deck, okay? Or at least I think she's the knee jerk of the deck. That's how I always read her, okay? And so what happens is she just wants to get everything going. She wants to get it moving forward. And she doesn't really care what the end result is, so long as she sees movement, so long as she gets a reaction of some sort. And what happens, because pages are young, they usually end up falling on their face. So usually I warn you very strongly. Well, we do start with the queen, and she would be a diplomat. Because I was like, I don't see a diplomat to be had in your reading here. Oh, I do. Actually, the Queen of Wands is coming up, so there is the diplomat. Okay. Because sometimes the knee jerk is essential in moving forward. Sometimes we get so stuck in our ways of doing things that we don't just jump at an opportunity or start a new adventure because it doesn't fit in with who we are or what we are doing, and we just want to stay safe and in the tried and true. And then the knee jerk comes along, and sometimes we can really end up um, in quite a mess because of not thinking things through. But I see that you do have two powerful energies where you will be thinking things through, and it's actually the very next card. So I'm not going to worry too much that you are not going to be a little bit of the diplomat. You know, it's okay to enter new experiences. It's okay to do something a little bit, maybe even radical, to get the things moving, so long as you know why you're doing that, how it will play out, or at least have a couple of ABC scenarios on how it may play out for you, to give it a little bit of thought prior to doing that knee-jerk action. Okay, and we do have the Queen of Wands here. Okay, and she is the diplomat of the deck. She is the one, she is the thinker. Okay, she's the quiet one. Now, she's very creative, but she really, you know, she's the one who asks the questions, reads the fine print, gathers the information, does her research before she moves forward, before she makes a decision. And when you use her energy, and you have her energy this week, you don't ever have to revisit that decision that you made, because it is right, it is true, because you've thought it through. You've got your ABC scenarios. You know what the outcomes could be. You know how to go forward to take the most advantage of the energy that's presented in front of you at the time. We have the Ace of Swords. Now this is going forward. This is going forward in movement. Absolutely. Usually we use that sword, though, to draw a line in the sand. So it may be a conversation you need to have with somebody, or maybe it is, you know, perhaps they're piling just too much work on you at, at, at your place of employment. And so you need to draw the line in the sand and say, whoa, somebody else needs to do this because I'm only here for 8 hours, kind of thing. Or maybe they're asking something of you that you're not feeling right about. It could be a friend, it could be somebody within the community, it could be at work, it could be within the home. But we move forward in some way, but we also set a precedence for what is actually expected of us and what we will actually do going forward. So we don't just agree to things, we think it through. We understand where the value is, but where it could weigh us down. And then we make our decisions, we have our conversations, and we go from that point forward. That's also where you can get a lot of aha moments. Now, as we go into the weekend and into next week, we have some very beautiful cards here. We have the Lovers. So this is really an embracing of your dreams, your desires, your wants. This is long term, so you have been thinking about this for some time. And it's with Temperance. So it's understanding how we can bring in a balance in our lives Going forward, embracing the things that we truly want in our life. Now, this could also be love, especially if you are in a committed relationship. Okay, so it's having those conversations in order to have the balance within the relationship. So once again, we go back to the Ace of Swords here, where we are drawing the line in the sand. So it could be that your partner is expecting too much of you or is limiting you in some way. And so you need to renegotiate. You need to bring in the balance in the relationship. You need to have those conversations. For our love card, we have the Eight of Pentacles. So we know that love is, I mean, yes, it's passion and it's beauty, but it's also hard work. And so I think this week is where we understand where the hard work needs to be within the relationship. And we're also raising the bar here when it's this card. Not only do we do the hard work, but we raise the bar. So we want it to be a better relationship, a deeper relationship, a more united relationship, one filled with passion, one filled with joy, but also having the responsibilities splayed out in a way that it makes sense for both involved, not just one person. It doesn't side one way or another, but it's equal. And it grows both of you to your dreams and your wants, both independently and as a couple. Now, if you are looking for a relationship, this is where you are raising the bar in who's going to come into your life. That you almost feel like, you know what, I know it takes work to make a relationship thrive and to grow, but is this person worth it? So you're probably going to be a little picky when it comes to who you're going out with, who you are meeting, especially if you are in the very early stages of a relationship. This is one where you are really looking at the value, where it's going to need work, where it's going to need dedication, and if you are willing to make that commitment, or if they are willing to make that commitment. For career, we have the Devil. So how beautiful is this? This is the phoenix rising out of the ashes. This is you being reborn in your sense of what you can do, your own empowerment when it comes to work, career. So very often we find that a passion or a talent of ours can come into play quite readily here to really take us to the next level of our development, the next level of our path. So, we saw the opportunities in the yes card. So I would have to say, and thinking outside the box, so this would be the week where you have decided to start your own business, to play on your talents in some way, to really get your life going in a new direction and the strength of who you are. So if you work somewhere, you are looking at how to incorporate your passions and your strengths within the job so that you really get a fulfillment going in every day and doing your job, making it more of a career, making it more of a passion, making it more in line with who you are and what you want going forward. For our spirituality, we have the Three of Wands. So this is getting a lot stronger about our spirituality. This is making more of a commitment to ourselves when it comes to our spirituality. So maybe you have been meditating once in a while or praying once in a while, but it's not a consistent thing. It's not something that you have been doing at the same time every day, in the same place every day, and making it more of a structured part of your routine. And I think you are looking at how to incorporate spirituality into your life a lot more this week, so that it is a sustainable practice going forward. Remember, spirituality does not have to be an hour of sitting in some kind of weird position with candles all around you, going, that's not what spirituality is. Spirituality can be that 5-minute walk in the park, being alone with your thoughts. It could be a 2-minute gratitude prayer before you close your eyes at night. It could be just a positive affirmation that you say to yourself each morning when you look yourself in the mirror. But the thing is, it's doing it consistently. It's making it sustainable long term in your life so that it builds up an energy when you do it in the same place all the time. That's why I don't like moving my readings all over the place, because the energy grows in the place that I sit here. So I know that each reading becomes more powerful. And then after a while, I think, okay, we need to change it. We need to do something different. And so I take you somewhere else for a change of scenery, or, usually I go out, but it's like -17 or something. It's -17 Celsius out there right now. So I don't think we'll be jumping in the canoe this week and going on a canoe ride for our readings, but you know, my sense of spirituality, and when I'm in prayer or meditation, it is always in a certain area that I tend to do it, even if it's out, and I've got different places. So if I'm out for a drive, I've got these little spots that I stop. It's usually along the water or something, where I have that 3 minutes or that 5 minutes just to sit in silence with myself and my thoughts and pray to God, my angels, my spirit guides, have conversations with them, meditate on where I need to grow, what I need to do, conversations I need to work on. I mean, that's all part of your spirituality. We do so much of our spirituality without thinking about it. And I think with this card, we are looking at our spirituality in more of a structured part of our life that is something that we are consistently doing day in, day out, and is part of our total path forward. For health and well-being, we have the Wheel of Fortune. You know what? You are closing doors on something of your past in order for new doors to open. Usually this is a bad habit, or a habit that we could live without. Okay, this could be overeating. This could be smoking. This could be drinking. This could be drugs. This could be just not exercising enough, and closing the door on sitting on the couch when you get home, and maybe doing something that invigorates you, that puts you more into a health conscious way. It could be that you've been going through the drive-through a lot more than cooking at home, and making sure that your meals are nutritional and that it's going to give you that energy and vitality. So really this week is all about closing those doors behind you, making a promise to yourself of how you're going to go forward in your health and well-being to allow the new door of vitality to open for you. So until we meet again, remember, I do love you.